On WhatsApp, no one can see or hear your personal messages. Whether it's a voice call, message, or sending a password. To WhatsApp, it's all just this. So whether you're sharing the streaming password in the family chat or trading those late-night voice messages that could basically become a podcast, your personal messages stay between you, your friends, and your family. No one else. Not even us. WhatsApp. Message privately with everyone.
You are listening to the new Mutual Audio Network. Welcome home.
The following audio drama is rated PG for parental guidance.
It's season 16 of the Sonic Summer Stock Playhouse. Performing through the summer months, the Sonic Summer Stock Playhouse is presented by the Sonic Society for the Mutual Audio Network and features producers and actor troupes from the modern age of audio drama who recreate and reproduce classic old-time radio plays. The Playhouse endeavors to bring shows to a contemporary audience for the love of the medium and not in any intended form of copyright infringement of those classic radio plays. And now, we go to our host of the Sonic Summer Stock Playhouse, on stage now, Mr. David Alt.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. If you could please take your seats. Thank you very much. As you may well know, I'm David Alt, your host for tonight's feature for the Sonic Summer Stock Playhouse. This week we're thrilled to bring you another grand suspense episode from Rachel Pulliam and her Soul Twin production team. This week from a script by the Queen of Suspense, Lucille Fletcher, who many may not know, whose husband was the incredible composer Bernard Herrmann. So without further ado, let's welcome Miss Fletcher and Miss Pulliam and team as we raise the curtain for The Search for Henri LeFevre.
Modern day era driving you up a wall. Time travel not likely in your future? Then follow me for a healthy offering of yesteryear with old-time radio theater, your remedy for unwanted 21st century pains.
The Soul Twin Audio Network, in association with Shadows of the Past Theater, brings you Lucille Fletcher's The Search for Henri LeFevre, a suspense Mercury Summer Theater of the Air recreation, produced and directed by Rachel Pulliam for Jack Ward's Sonic Society's Summer Stock Playhouse, starring Pete Lutz.
I had just set down the last note on paper. You know what it is to write a piece, the agony, the drudgery, the exultation, the rest are thought out of the drab days of rain. To hear music in one's head while outside the drizzle paddles down and the heads of the mountains are shrouded in mist. And then, one morning it comes. It is spring in the branches outside. The mountains glitter. The air is blue and bright, and the melody comes into your heart and nestles close, as if it had always been there. A fever consumes one. Hours melt away at the piano. Time, people, mean nothing. The world revolves around this rocking songs, this tender magic. There are no terrors save to break the spell. So it was with this music. I had just set down the last note on paper. I was happy and weary and full of peace. I laid down on the sofa to relax before Suzette brought in my supper. There's a radio near the couch. That night, I turned it on. Horror crawls upon me sometimes out of the shadows. like an animal thing. It grimaces at me from the corner of my room, but this time it was upon me. It was in my brain. For that music on the radio playing now was the music I had just set down on paper. Suzette! Suzette! Suzette!
Yes, monsieur?
Suzette, come here. Come, listen to this theme. You hear it, don't you? This is real music playing?
Yes, Monsieur Flynn. The radio is playing the real music.
It is not an illusion? A hallucination of some kind in my own brain?
No, Monsieur Flynn. It is real music, and very pretty.
Pretty?
What is the matter, monsieur? Is anything wrong? Don't you like it? Then we will turn it off.
No. Leave it on. Leave it alone. Listen to it. Sit there beside the radio, and I'll get it for you.
What, monsieur?
My score! My score! Here, look at it. Note for note, even as they are playing.
Oh, monsieur, I'm sorry. I cannot read music. I do not understand.
Perhaps someone in this building has heard me play, but even the orchestration is the same. The orchestration is a secret, quiet thing that one does alone. Perhaps they've stolen the score, or someone has copied it, but I only finished it this afternoon. It has been here in this drawer and on the piano, unless someone else. There is someone else. Someone like me with my brain, my soul, my genius, a kind of double, a kind of double.
It's over now, monsieur. Do you want me to turn it off?
No. See what they announce. See what they dare to say.
This concludes another episode of the Classics by Moonlight series. You've been listening to the Elegy for Orchestra, Opus 42, by Henri LeFevre.
Henri LeFevre? Henri LeFevre? After she left, I sat there staring at the freshly written pages. My brain was reeling. It was my music, every little note, every turn of phrase. The silent radio faced me like a mocking sardonic sphinx.
Adolphus, my good fellow.
Monsieur Picard, excuse me, old friend. Oh, Suzette, did you call the broadcasting station?
Yes, monsieur.
And what did they say?
Calm yourself, my dear fellow.
What did they say?
They said, monsieur... Oh, monsieur Picard, I'm afraid...
They said, Adolphus, that it was a piece composed by this Henri LeFevre. An old piece. He wrote it nearly 15 years ago.
15 years ago? But I finished it today. If I had remembered it, Monsieur Picard, even in my own subconscious, it would have flowed out like a dream. But I had to struggle. Look at these erasures and these cuts.
And you say it was exactly this way on the radio?
Exactly as though they had copied out the parts in the twinkling of an eye, and an orchestra had been reading my score.
Oh, that's very strange. But still...
The man either stole my piece somehow, or else there was some terrible coincidence, some simultaneous crooked streak of identical inspiration that leaped across the world.
These things don't happen.
15 years ago, they said. 15 years ago. He set it down, and finally a wave, traveling across a boundless ocean, it came to me.
Adolphus?
Who is this Henri LeFevre?
He was a rather famous composer.
What happened to him? Is he still alive?
I don't know, Adolphus. I'm not a musician.
But you could find out for me. Soon?
I suppose I could, but do you really think it wise? What good would it do you to see this man, this perfect stranger?
I must confront him, do you hear? There is some horrible linkage between this man and myself. some string vibrating in his brain which has caused a like vibration in my own. I must find him. I must somehow break the spell.
And supposing this Henri LeFevre is dead?
Dead or alive, I must find him. I must find him, Picard. I must find him.
Henri LeFevre, born 1885 in Rouen, France.
Rouen, France.
Educated at the École Normale.
École Normale.
Fellowship student in composition at the Paris Conservatoire.
Paris Conservatoire.
Won Prix de Rome 1908. Do you want me to go on, Monsieur Flynn?
No, Suzette. These dictionaries tell you nothing. They make everything smell of dust. Dust and corruption.
Adolphus?
Hello, Picard.
I have a letter from his publishers. He's still alive.
Thank God.
There's some mystery about him. They wouldn't give me his present address.
What do you mean?
They say they haven't heard from him in 10 years. His musical output is ceased. He submits nothing. Doesn't answer their letters.
Then how do they know he's still alive?
They hear occasionally from Madame LeFevre.
Madame LeFevre?
He has a wife who lives in Rouen.
Madame LeFevre. Rouen. Word came at last from the Red Cross.
Home of Henri LeFevre in Rouen destroyed by bombs. Whereabouts of composer and Madame LeFevre unknown.
He's alive, I tell you. He's alive. If he were dead, I would not feel it. I would be free. But I cannot take up my pen. I cannot write. I cannot even think one thought without wondering whether it may not already be his.
How can you think such things, Adolphus? This poor, hounded, homeless man is probably ill, old, dying.
Even dying is within reach to clutch away at my genius. Picard, was I ever lazy? My musical output has been enormous. Symphonies, opera. Now what do I do all day long? I stand at my window and stare out at the mountains, and at night I am tortured by visions. Nightmares of crooked foreign streets and church steeples and bells running like clockwork, tolling the hour. I dream of rooms, dark, ugly little rooms, and a little girl. There's a little girl with long, honey-colored hair who cries and cries.
You've been reading too much, Adolphus. Your brain is tired.
Don't you understand? These streets, these rooms, that little girl. It is his life which I am dreaming. It is Rouen. You think me mad, don't you, Picard?
Monsieur Picard?
Yes?
There's a lady downstairs to see Monsieur Flynn.
A lady?
She says she heard that Monsieur Flynn was making some inquiries about her husband.
Madame LeFevre.
Adolphus.
Madame LeFevre, bring her up at once. I stood quite motionless in the center of the room. A woman dressed in black confronted me across the waste of polished floors. She was thin, middle-aged, a little stooped. Her pale eyes looked washed out from crying. Yet there was another look in them, a look of some drowned and monstrous terror.
I am Lucille LeFevre. I heard that you are searching for my husband?
Yes, madame.
Why do you wish to see him?
Why do I wish to see him? You've not heard of my strange predicament, madame. And what of your husband?
My husband remained in Switzerland.
Switzerland?
He has lived there for many years.
But why? I thought they said your home was in Rouen.
Rouen was my home. My husband and I have been estranged for the last 10 years.
Oh, you've not seen him for 10 years? Do you know his Opus 42, his Elegy for Orchestra?
I do.
When did he write it, please?
About 15 years ago.
15 years ago. And you would know the music when you see it? Is this the piece, madame?
Yes.
I wrote this music, madame, a month ago, out of my own head.
Impossible, monsieur.
Impossible? But I tell you it is so.
How could this be? This is my husband's. I remember the night he wrote it. A hot midsummer night. The windows were open. We could hear the bells of Rouen ringing the hour. We could not sleep. Our little daughter had been crying.
A little daughter?
He rose from his bed saying that his head ached. And a little while later I heard the piano begin to play softly. I called down to him, warned him not to waken Louise.
Louise?
Our little daughter who had been crying?
Yes.
Then I fell asleep. Next morning when I woke up the bed was empty. He was downstairs at the piano, writing out the final chords.
Go on.
He said it was her piece. It belonged to Louise. And he had been thinking of her crying all the time he set it down. It was as though all the sadness that was in his love for her had gone into that melody.
Sadness? But I still don't understand. I wrote this music out of beauty and art and wind and birdsong and joy.
My husband used to say this piece held in its heart all the horror of life.
Horror?
He could never understand why it was so popular. He did not want to publish it. He hid it away, saying it was like a premonition, like a hideous omen from another world. Oh, and he was right, monsieur.
How do you mean?
Our little daughter, Louise. She died a little while later.
Madame LeFevre?
Yes, monsieur. I beg your pardon for crying.
I do not want to see your husband or hear this music ever again. My search has ended. Do you believe in ghosts, madame?
No. I have been through too much to believe in poor, sad ghosts.
Oh, but I do. I believe that neither your husband nor myself wrote that piece. There is some further horror, some demon force at work in this music. It captured him, and it's captured me.
I do not know. My husband was always a wretched, melancholy man.
Tell me, did your husband write any music after he wrote this piece?
Not much more.
You mean it has wrecked his brain as it has wrecked mine? Leaving him without inspiration?
No. It was not like that. He continued to write. He still writes. But nothing he has written for 10 years has had any meaning.
What do you mean?
Monsieur Flynn, have you not already guessed the truth? My husband has gone mad.
Mad?
He has been mad for the last 10 years. Shut up in an asylum in Switzerland.
Oh.
I have told this to very few people. It is a form of horrible neurosis. Work neurosis, the doctors call it. He seems to have lost his heart. The events of his past life are meaningless to him. He has forgotten Rouen. He has forgotten me. And he has forgotten our little dead Louise.
Oh, how terrible.
Now he sits in a bare room and writes music all day long. He has become a slave, a machine. They tell me that his shelf is packed with scores, but all of them are only an endless jumble of notes. Notes such as a child might scroll across a paper.
And it was the music? The ghost music that did this?
Who knows? Terrible things happen. The mind snapped. If I told you I should betray my husband, I should tell you something which has never passed my lips till now.
But you must tell me. Do you not see how vitally important it is to me? I am linked somehow with your husband. Perhaps I too am destined to go mad.
Oh, no, monsieur. You must not think such things.
There were the seeds of madness in this thing even from the beginning. There was something uncanny. Why should that radio play that music just after I had finished the piece? Why should you, a perfect stranger, have come here and found me?
Monsieur Flynn, believe me, people don't go mad so easily. To be destroyed as my husband was destroyed, one must have deep sadness and love. One must have human ties, a wife, a beautiful little child. You have no such ties, have you?
No, I have no ties. I have no ties.
My husband went mad because he loved too much. When our little Louise died, he thought that he had killed her. She died of simple pneumonia, but he could never understand that. Oh, he became insane with grief. He thought he was her murderer. Don't you see, Monsieur Flynn? You who live here alone, whose life is so quiet.
Madame LeFevre, I have seen you somewhere before, Madame LeFevre. I have met you somewhere. I have heard your story. You have come here before.
No, I have never come here before.
Then why should your face suddenly seem so familiar? And your words? There's something uncanny about this thing, Madame. For a moment, I thought I knew.
You know what?
I thought I knew you and your husband and Louise. Louise. I thought I had lived. Maybe it was only one in my nightmares, but somehow...
You must try to remember.
Remember.
The little house in Rouen. The tree in the garden. The coffee on Sunday afternoon. The piano by the window. The bedroom with the calico curtains. The little
doll carriage underneath the stairs. Louise's dark hair. Louise! What have they done to her? They've taken her away and I've killed her. Her little doll carriage waits at the bottom of the stairs. But she'll never come back. Never come back.
She has been dead for 10 years. You mustn't think of it now. No. You are getting better now. Dr. Picard says you are getting better.
Dr. Picard?
Your doctor.
No. I have no doctor.
Don't you see, my darling? Your long search is over. You are Henri LeFevre, and your own music has come back to you at last. And little by little it will all come back. Your memories, your genius, you will be able to go out into the world again.
I am Henri LeFevre?
Yes.
I'm a little old madman, no? I'm locked up in the walls of a lunatic asylum for 10 years, writing a jumble of notes like a little child. Then who is Adolphus Flynn?
A name you made up, my darling. A poor mad name.
My symphonies, you say? My adoring public are only shadows running across the walls, and these mountains beyond my window, these mountains are... You are lying to me. I tell you, my name is Adolphus Flynn.
Look, this room, these bare white walls, these bars across the windows, this door that cannot open from the inside. For 10 years, Henri. For 10 years I have waited for some glimmer to come, for some little memory like that music. For 10 years I have stayed for you, for every...
For 10... I do not believe it.
Help!
Henri, my dear fellow.
You call me Henri too?
I cannot tell you how happy I am, Madame LeFevre. The experiment has worked beyond our fondest hopes.
Picard, am I Henri LeFevre?
Yes.
I've been mad for 10 years? You deceived me for 10 years.
Not deceived you, my dear fellow. We only humored your whims, hoping that you'd snap back someday. It was your whim to think you were a composer named Adolphus Flynn. Your whim to sign your name to all these scores. Your whim to live utterly alone and work all day and half the night. You were quite happy until one day a little piece you composed for your daughter came back into your mind. Memory began again. You began the search for your lost self. Naturally, after 10 years, one cannot be cured overnight. But you will see. In a few months, we may hope for something quite remarkable. Monsieur and Madame LeFevre.
In a few months, I will be able to go back. I would take up the threads of my old life as Henri LeFevre. I'm still here in this room with its bare white walls and its door that locks from the outside. I'm still here. Although I know now for sure that my name is Henri LeFevre. His sadness is in my heart, an inoperable sadness and pain that I could never conquer. Rouen has come back. The stone has, the little doll carriage underneath the stairs, and my arms ache with a longing for a little dead child with long honey-colored hair. There's no music in me now. No music saves that one tune. That thing's in my head all day long, my song for Louise. If I could only get it out of my mind, I might be able to work again. I might be happy, as I once was happy. I might look out of my window and find a symphony in the sunset on the mountains. That is why I will not go back. I will not leave this room. I will not leave this room until I find him again. Until I find Adolphus Flynn!
You've been listening to The Search for Henri LeFevre, a suspense Mercury Summer Theatre of the Air recreation, directed and produced by Rachel Pulliam. Starring Pete Lutz as Adolphus Flynn, Sally Swift as Suzette, Les Marsden as Monsieur Picard, and Sharon Grunwald as Madame LeFevre. The suspense theme was reimagined by David Krauss with Opus 42, Elegy for Orchestra, composed by Ross Bernhard. All sound effects were provided by freesound.org. I'm your host, Dean T. Moody, and I invite you to join us next time for another old-time radio theater recreation.
Thank you to Ms. Rachel Pulliam and Company, and be sure to check out their works in the lobby of sonicsociety.org. And please join us next week at the Playhouse for another grand adventure in modern audio drama performers, providing us the best of the old-time radio shows. Until next week, I'm David Alt. Good night from Halifax, Nova Scotia.
And that concludes this week's performance of the Sonic Summerstock Playhouse.
All productions, features, characters and scripts presented in the Playhouse belong strictly to their respective copyright holders, and no copyright infringement is assumed or intended. The Sonic Summerstock Playhouse is part of the Sonic Society and a proud member of the Mutual Audio Network, and any shows that continue their run must receive express permission from all parties involved. Join us next week for another new classic. With thanks to our announcer Jack Ward, I'm your host, David Alt. Good night.
You're listening to a Sonic Cinema production.